Over the last 8 long years, why has Australia endured the Abbott Trust government, then the Turnbull Trust government, then the Turnbull-Joyce government, then the Turnbull-McCormack government, then the Morrison-McCormack government, and now the Morrison-Joyce government? If the Morrison-McCormack government was going so well, why have you been replaced?
The Deputy Prime Minister has the call.
It's called democracy, Opposition Leader, and the Nationals took a decision today to
Members
have a...
on my left, the Deputy Prime Minister has the call. I remind members of what happened last sitting week and the sitting week before when they interjected. The Deputy Prime Minister has the call.
The Nationals took a decision today to have a party room vote, as is the conventions of any political party indeed. And the Opposition Leader mentions the leadership changes in the Liberal Nationals government. I think Australians can well remember what went on in the Rudd-Gillard-Rudd years. And they were dysfunctional, they were chaotic, and they were not good for this nation. And indeed, we have worked very hard as a government to repay the debt left to us as a legacy by those Rudd-Gillard-Rudd years. And indeed, just prior to the pandemic hitting, we were so close to getting back in the black. And indeed, we would have got back in the black but for a global pandemic. If it hasn't escaped the attention of the Opposition Leader and those behind him, we are in the middle of a global pandemic, and we are addressing that very excruciating issue for and on behalf of Australians. And we have, since 2013, been a very, very good government. There are more people in employment now than there were when we got back into government in 2013. The unemployment rate at 5.1%, as determined just last week, is lower than it was prior to the pandemic. And that is something that we should be proud of. We have not lost our AAA credit rating. We have more Australians in work, and I will say more women in work, participating in the workforce, and that is a good thing. And I'm sure that the women of the Labor Party agree that that is a good thing. And we will go on being a good government. We will go on under the Prime Minister, under the member for New England, we will go on being a good government, serving Australians as you would expect and as Australians would expect us to do. Now, it's been a bit of a tough day for me, but I've still got a job. There are many Australians out there who are doing it far tougher. There are many Australians today who are in wards, in hospital wards, recovering from COVID, and my thoughts are with them. They're not about me. This isn't about me. This is about Australians. We will go on serving those Australians. We will go on serving those Australians who have got mice ravaging their farms. We will go on serving small business owners who are concerned about whether they will have a future. But rest assured, under the Liberals and Nationals, the economic future will be far brighter than it would ever be under an Albanese-led government. It will be far better than it was under those 6 sorry, chaotic, divided, dysfunctional years under Rudd, Gillard and Rudd.